You are not awake right now. Not fully. Your eyes are moving across these words. Your mind is processing meaning. But somewhere, beneath that thin layer of awareness, something in you is already waiting to shut down. In a few hours, you will close your eyes and disappear from this world. You will lie still. You will breathe slowly. You will be completely helpless, and you will not remember any of it tomorrow. We spend 1/3 of our lives in this state. 1/3 of our existence is spent unconscious, paralyzed, and hallucinating in the dark. Yet almost no one stops to ask the obvious question: why? Why does sleep exist at all? Why would nature design a state where every living creature becomes completely vulnerable for hours every single day? Evolution is supposed to be about survival. Sharp teeth, fast legs, keen eyes, constant alertness. Those are the tools of creatures that want to stay alive. And yet every animal on Earth, from the smallest insect to the largest whale, willingly shuts itself down every night. It stops watching for predators. It stops searching for food. It stops protecting its young. It simply lies there, barely breathing, defenseless against anything that might approach in the dark. This makes no sense in a world built on survival, unless sleep is not what we think it is, unless the answer to this simple question is far darker and stranger than anyone wants to admit. Think about the last time you slept. You closed your eyes, the room faded, the sounds of the world grew distant, and then nothing. You were gone. For 7 or 8 hours, the person you call yourself simply did not exist. Your body was there, breathing on the bed, but you were not inside it, not in any way that counts. A stranger could have walked into the room. A fire could have started down the hall. Your name could have been called 100 times. You would not have known. In that state, you are closer to death than to life. The only difference is that in the morning, you return. This is the mystery at the center of human existence. Every creature on Earth does this. Birds do it perched on branches, their tiny claws locked so they do not fall. Dolphins do it with half their brain awake, swimming slowly through the dark ocean. Lions do it stretched out on the savannah, completely exposed. Every single one of them accepts this daily death. Every single one has accepted it for millions of years. Evolution should have eliminated sleep long ago. A creature that stays awake has more time to hunt, more time to mate, more time to watch for danger. It should have outcompeted the sleeping creatures. It should have won the game of survival. But it never did. Something about sleep is so essential that nature chose vulnerability over safety. Scientists have studied sleep for decades. They know what happens inside a sleeping brain. They know the stages, the slow waves, the rapid eye movement, the dreams. But when you ask them the deepest question, why we need to sleep at all, the answers become strange and incomplete. The first thing they discovered was this: every creature that has been kept awake long enough dies. Not grows tired, not becomes slow, dies. Laboratory studies across many decades have shown that total sleep deprivation leads to organ failure, breakdown of the immune system, and death. The body simply cannot survive without shutting down for hours every day. But the reason is not what you might expect. It is not about resting muscles. Muscles can rest while you sit still. It is not about saving energy. The energy saved during sleep is surprisingly small, equivalent to a piece of bread. No, the real reason is far more disturbing. Your brain is slowly poisoning itself while you are awake. Every thought you have produces waste. Every memory, every emotion, every flicker of awareness leaves behind toxic proteins and metabolic debris. These poisons build up between your brain cells all day long. If they stay there, they will destroy your neurons. They will clog the pathways between thoughts. They will slowly turn your mind into a damaged, inflamed mess. But here is what scientists only recently discovered. Your brain has no lymphatic system, no drainage pipes, no way to clean itself, except one. While you sleep, something strange happens inside your skull. Your brain cells actually shrink. They contract by up to 60%, creating wide channels between them. And through these channels, a fluid rushes in, cerebrospinal fluid. It pulses through your sleeping brain in slow, rhythmic waves,
washing away the toxic proteins that accumulated during the day. This is the glymphatic system. It is the brain's cleaning mechanism, and it only activates during deep sleep. Think about what this means. Every day you are awake, you are slowly poisoning the organ that makes you who you are. Every conversation, every memory, every moment of awareness leaves behind a residue of damage. And if you do not sleep, if you do not submit to that daily death, the poisons stay. They accumulate. They begin to destroy the very cells that hold your identity, your memories, your personality, your ability to think and feel. This is why extreme sleep deprivation causes hallucinations, paranoia, memory loss. The brain is literally drowning in its own waste. But the truth goes even deeper. This cleaning process also strips away unnecessary connections. It prunes the day's experiences, deciding what to keep and what to discard. You wake up each morning slightly different than the person who fell asleep, slightly rewritten, slightly edited. The you from yesterday is partially washed away in the night, replaced by a cleaner, leaner version. Sleep is not rest. Sleep is a controlled erasure, a daily death that keeps the poison at bay, a surrender that evolution could not afford to lose. Because the cost of staying awake forever is not exhaustion, it is madness, then death.
So tonight, when you lie down and close your eyes, you will know what is really happening. You are not just resting, you are being cleaned. The fluid will rise, the waves will pulse. The person you were today will be slowly washed away, leaving behind only what matters. Every night you die a little. Every morning you are born again from the quiet flood inside your skull. We spend our lives believing we are a single, continuous self, a story that runs unbroken from childhood to old age. But that is not true. We are a series of daily deaths and resurrections. Each version of you lasts only one day. Each version must surrender to the dark so the next one can rise clean. The vulnerability of sleep is not a flaw in evolution. It is the price of consciousness itself. To have a mind that thinks and feels and remembers, you must accept a mind that must be washed. You must accept that you cannot hold on to everything, that you must let go of yourself every single night. The predators in the dark were never the real danger. The real danger was always inside your own head. And the only thing standing between you and the slow poisoning of your own thoughts is that quiet moment when you disappear. Tonight, when the room grows dark and your breathing slows, ask yourself this: who will you be when you wake up? And what part of today will the waves decide to wash away? If this stirred something buried inside you, subscribe to Ask ASky for more quiet mysteries about the human mind.